looking for optimal weight loss, or if you just want to feel better, you got to think about inflammation and anti-inflammatory foods. So Dr. Joey is back, and we're going to talk about all the things that might not be great for your system and the things that will be great and nourish your system.
So let's talk about inflammation. It is a big deal, and we know from research now that the inflammatory process is a precursor to a variety of diseases. It's not, people think inflammation and they think, oh, I've skinned my knee and it's red and it's swollen. I'm talking about chronic systemic internal inflammatory reaction from poor foods, from stress, from lack of activity, from the standard Canadian diet or the standard American diet. And these foods are wreaking havoc on the inflammatory process. So we want to talk about
what kind of diseases are we talking about? So it's more, you said, than just a skin on the knee. Like, we're talking about arthritis. We're talking about a myriad of issues that you might come in face with.
We have research that shows arthritis, type 2 diabetes, dementia, Alzheimer's, heart disease, elevated cholesterol.
Wow.
So I'm not saying, and I don't want to be scary in this segment, never have a French fry. That is definitely not the take-home point. The point is that if we lean towards this side of the table with pro-inflammatory foods, it's a matter of time.
Right.
And we want to make sure that we're really minimizing refined flour, sugars, and funny fats.
Okay.
So a couple of examples that I brought are foods that are filled with trans fatty acids. Now, fats are beautiful. Our body loves fats. They're these semicircular fats that fit into our cells. Our brain loves them, our skin, our heart loves them, but they're not very shelf stable. So if I want to make this shelf stable, I flood it with a hydrogen ion and I straighten the chain. Well, now that's a very stable fat, and it can sit on a shelf 4 to 5 years.
Wow.
Well, if it can sit on a shelf for 4 to 5 years, it has no business being in your body.
Right.
Because it wreaks havoc in your body. So we're actually phasing trans fatty acids out of our food chain.
Yes.
Big businesses are doing this because we know how bad they are for you. So things like pastries and donuts and chips and French fries and vegetable oils, these can all be pro-inflammatory.
Okay.
Minimize, minimize, minimize.
Vegetable oils.
Big deal. Too many omega-6s. We can go with a higher quality oil, like a coconut oil, an avocado oil, or an olive oil.
Okay, good to know. And so the white bread, all of that stuff, the candies.
It's just pro-inflammatory. Refined flours and sugars stimulate insulin. Your body doesn't like it. It causes inflammation. Processed meats, same sort of deal.
Yes.
So the take-home is not to never have a cookie, but if we're tipping too far here, who wants aches and pains?
No,
nobody.
None of us do. None of us do. So let's look at the good things that are going to be good for you.
So all fruits and vegetables have some sort of antioxidant capacity, which helps with inflammatory reaction. Berries contain anthocyanins, which is a funky word for phytochemicals that lower your inflammatory response.
Okay.
Now, we know fruits and vegetables do that. So these are great examples of some of the top ones. People are drinking celery juice, having broccoli. Pineapple contains bromelain, which lowers inflammatory reaction. But I want to talk about something really important, and that's oils and good fats.
Okay.
This is where people are not getting the proper intake. So nuts and seeds we know, but you could always consider supplementing with a fish oil or a fish oil capsule.
Yeah.
Good fats, again, if we don't change the shape, they nourish your system. They lower the inflammatory response quicker than most things. So cold water fish, salmon, fish oil capsules, nuts and seeds are also great. And when you're picking oils, coconut oil or olive oil.
How much of these do we want to have in our diet daily, do you think? The healthy fats.
I'm glad you asked that because I did a recent post on that. About 30% of your total caloric intake should come from these high quality fats.
Okay.
If you have a very sluggish metabolism, sometimes I fiddle with that a little bit and I actually go higher in fat, which people go, you do?
Yes.
The nice thing is you won't be hungry, you'll be in an anti-inflammatory mode, and you'll burn fat. So these good fats burn fat.
Yeah, and I like the idea of not being hungry, right? That's an important way to live. You've told me before, listen, if you're feeling like you've got a craving, you can eat a whole avocado.
Exactly.
Maybe not every day, but go ahead and have the whole avocado because that is the kind of fat that your body knows what to do with, right?
And if you're walking around hungry, I'm doing it wrong. You shouldn't be walking around hungry. 100%. Right, exactly.
Really good. Just a few other things that you have here. I noticed you've got ginger, you've got garlic, and what is this, turmeric?
Turmeric, also very, very powerful for lowering the inflammatory response. Curcumin in the turmeric. You can get it in capsule, in tea, in powder. These are great, you know, if you're over 40 or 45, you want to start thinking about tipping more to this side. I mean, even if you're younger, but these definitely lower the inflammatory response, and it works.
Lovely. Thank you, Dr. Joey.